we've got the NBA Finals that killed a dynasty. 2019 NBA Finals. Shout out Post 2K for the video. 2019 NBA Finals. Oh, this was literally just before my entrance into NBA. Oh my days. Hey, I started watching the NBA during COVID post lockdown. So 2020 was my first season I watched it. This was just before. I'm literally entering the NBA, a new era in the NBA, the collapse of a dynasty. All I remember was Kawhi Leonard hitting that insane shot in the corner. I don't even know if that was in the final, but I think no, it was Philadelphia series. But that's all I remember from the 2019 NBA Finals. Obviously, KD and Klay got hurt, and then it was the collapse of a dynasty. This is probably one of the most significant or the biggest junctures, turning points in NBA history. The 2019 NBA Finals. Honestly, when you actually look at it, this Finals essentially kickstarted a new era in the NBA. In my opinion, I feel like it kickstarted the disparity era in the NBA. You know, especially the Knicks now winning the championship. There's been 6, 7 different winners of the NBA. Larry O'Brien. So yeah, this 2019 Finals is going to go down as one of the most significant finals, man. It changed the course of the NBA.
The 2019 NBA Finals, I mean everything was on the line. After years of disappointment, the Toronto Raptors went all in. They traded the face of their franchise for a superstar with 1 year left on his contract. This was their one shot at winning it all, and if they did, they'd kill a dynasty. Golden State was on the cusp of a three-peat. In doing so, they'd cement themselves as one of the greatest dynasties in league history. But with Kevin Durant in the final year of his contract, a loss in these finals can see the future of the dynasty headed out the door.
That's going to be tough to beat.
I'm telling you, everything was at stake during the 2019 NBA Finals, and they were either going to make you or break you. Entering the 2019 Finals, the Golden State Warriors were making their 5th consecutive Finals appearance, looking to win their 4th championship in
Welcome to Harlan's Bank, Revolut.
Oh, these ads be going crazy
on his daily spending.
5 years. But half a decade ago, no one saw this coming. In 2015, the Warriors were the NBA's darling, a young up-and-coming team that featured 2 of the best snipers in the league and an absolute maniac in the front court. And before you knew it, they were NBA champions.
I've always wanted
Despite their success,
know
they
what the
as a
come up of
one-hit
the
wonder.
Warriors was.
They lucked out
Because
with
I never got to
injuries and they
experience it.
never
I wasn't
made it
watching NBA when.
But that's
they
not
were
exactly
a
how
new
it went. A unanimous MVP, a 73-9 season, and another appearance in the finals. Golden State was legit, and then they choked. A historical collapse in the 2016 finals shocked the NBA world, but it opened the door to an interesting possibility. 15 days later, Kevin Durant was the Golden State Warrior, turning one of the greatest teams in NBA history into what is arguably the greatest team of all time.
No, it's not. Bro, I don't understand. Why do people say arguably? It's numero uno. It's numero uno. It's the best team. I'm sorry. The old heads will fight for dear life, are clinging onto dear life for that Wolves team. That MJ, Pippen, and Rodman, bro, they get gentlemen swept. And in my opinion, I feel like I'm being kind giving them one win. I just don't see them. Bro, this Warriors team was so lopsided. The quality, I don't want to say quality, but bro, just sheer basketballing. That 3-point shooting, right? The shooting, bro. It's a groundbreaking team.
Played like it. They put up the single greatest postseason run in league history with a 16-1 record to get revenge on the Cavaliers and capture their 2nd championship.
Who was that one lost to?
Get revenge on the Cavaliers, greatest postseason run in league history with a 16-1 record to get revenge on the Cavaliers and capture their 2nd championship. And then they did it again. Back-to-back titles, 3 and 4 years, and they're officially a dynasty. But these cats wanted more. They were chasing immortality, and they had their eyes set on the three-peat. 2019 was a roller coaster for the Warriors. In a game against the Clippers just a month into the season, KD and Draymond got into a heated back and forth after Green didn't pass Durant the ball late in the game. Draymond reportedly told KD that they don't need him and that he should leave because the Warriors have won without him, to which KD reacted by mouthing the words, "That's why I'm out." This was a massive story. Durant was in the final year of his contract.
Okay, so that moment right there is where essentially it catalyzed the downfall of the Warriors dynasty, yeah? Would you guys point out that moment being the moment where things started to change? That was the moment where KD finally decided he was going to leave.
Free agency
regardless
bothered him.
of whether
now
they
just a handful of games into the season, the team's chemistry was in jeopardy. But at the end of the day, the Warriors were still the Warriors. They finished with a 57-win season and found themselves up against the Houston Rockets in round 2 of the playoffs. And in the third quarter of Game 5, the hopes of three-peating took a blow. On a normal-looking jumper, Durant weirdly strains his right calf. He's forced to leave the game and is out for the rest of the series. All of a sudden, Golden State seems beatable, but they still got Curry. Steph embarrassed the Rockets to get to the Western Conference Finals, and then he went nuclear.
Oh, so that wasn't the series where... What? Was it? No, it wasn't 2019. It must have been 2018 then. The series where Houston almost beat them. James Harden, innit?
He averaged 36, 8, and 7 to sweep the Blazers and get back to the NBA Finals.
Okay, they
keeping
played
the
Blazers that
dynasty
year,
and the
conference finals.
three-peat alive. Reports state that KD is hopeful to make a return in the finals, and they'll need him because they're facing a team that has been knocking on the door for years now, and they may have just found the key.
Kawhi Leonard's.
While the Warriors were making the NBA Finals year after year, the Toronto Raptors had their own yearly tradition. Like clockwork, they'd have an incredible regular season, finish as a top 3 seed in the East, and be viewed as legitimate contenders to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. That never happened. In 2016, Toronto made the Eastern Conference Finals and surprisingly
That's why they call LeBron. That's why they call LeBron LeBron too.
In 2017, they'd get their rematch in round 2, but they got swept. And then 2018 came around. The Raptors had their best season in franchise history. They finished as the 1st seed in the East, and Cleveland just lost Kyrie Irving during the offseason. If they were ever going to beat the Cavs, it was now. But instead, LeBronto happened.
LeBronto!
James put the Raptors to sleep with a buzzer beater in Game 3 to go up 3-0 in the series. They got swept, and it was a third consecutive
2018 LeBron. Words I can't fathom. I can't put words on. This is glaze. Yes, I don't fucking care, bro. 2018 LeBron, best athlete in history. Forget basketball. Athlete in history. I'm sorry. Maybe Muhammad Ali, maybe. But 2018 LeBron. Okay, but for basketball at least, yeah. Like, yo, that is perfection on a basketball court. 2018 LeBron.
Playoff exit to LeBron and the Cavs. The Raptors had the reputation of chokers and frauds, all because of one man. But luck would finally swing their way. LeBron signed with the Lakers during the 2018 offseason, and Toronto's championship window was...
It's actually crazy how LeBron was just rounding the entire East around his fingers, bro. What was it, like 10 straight finals appearances in the East? Bro, just had... Bro. LeBron's a madman.
Was suddenly wide open, and they went all in. The Raptors traded the face of their franchise in DeMar DeRozan to San Antonio for Kawhi Leonard. This was an insane gamble. Kawhi had injury concerns and hadn't played basketball for nearly an entire season, plus the fact that he has 1 year left on his contract and he has no interest in playing in Toronto. The Raptors had one shot at this. Literally everything was on the line, and the Kawhi era started out pretty well. They finished with a 58-win season and 2nd in the East despite all of Leonard's load management, and come playoff time, he was ballin', especially in round 2 against the Sixers.
Yeah, this is one of the most iconic shots in the NBA. Where would you guys put this shot? Is this the dagger?
This moment is why the Raptors traded for Kawhi.
Hey, where would you guys put this shot in NBA history? Are we putting this... Is this top 3, top 5? Is top 3 too much of a... Is it a stretch? I think it's top 5 for sure, but... Nah, this is one of the most iconic shots. Imagine if this was in the finals, though. That would have been insane. Because I think Kyrie... Do you guys think, yeah, this shot, Kawhi over Embiid, Toronto has won it. It's better than Kyrie over Steph. And Cleveland, for Cleveland, this is for you. I don't know. I think that one, nah, it's not. That Kyrie shot is probably the biggest shot in NBA history, to be honest. He done that for the championship. Game 7 and everything. Probably the last, it was the last play. That's the biggest shot. But this one, though, Kawhi, it's top 5, I feel like. It's top 5
game-winning
shots.
buzzer beater
Top
in
5
Game
ever.
7 to finish with 41 points on the night. The dude was a machine. In the conference finals, they'd face the MVP and the 1st seed Milwaukee Bucks. And after going down 2-0 in the series, Kawhi demanded to guard Giannis, and it changed everything. Toronto won 4 straight games to clinch a spot in the NBA Finals for the first time in franchise history. Oh, and they'd have home court advantage.
Wait, what was the win record for the Warriors that season? Weren't they hitting like 62 plus wins a season? Toronto actually having home court advantage in this one. Damn, they must have been So Toronto was the best team
Entering
in the
game
league.
1, the Warriors stayed short-handed. KD was hopeful to make a return in the finals, but nothing was confirmed. And after game 1, they'd clearly need his help if they wanted to three-peat. The Raptors got up by 10 points in the first half, and they kept their foot on the gas the entire game. Curry kept the Warriors afloat with 34, but it was cancelled out by Siakam's 32 on insane efficiency.
Yeah,
and
that is a
Toronto
very efficient
draws
goal.
first blood. After a fairly decisive win in game 1, the Raptors came out in game 2 with a bang.
Deflected by Lowry. Nice pass ahead from Gasol.
I think Siakam's an NBA champion.
Siakam throws down a monster lob, and the crowd goes crazy as part of a hot start for Toronto. But in the second half, the Warriors turned it on. Golden State tapped into another dimension and started the third quarter.
Hey, there's something about Golden
18-0
State in the third quarter in the NBA playoffs. My fellow Celtics comrades out there. Oh, that 2022 NBA Finals. Poole off a free. Clay was doing his thing. Steph was going crazy. Bro, even Draymond, you know it's crazy. You know you're in for a hell of a ride when even Draymond is knocking down shit, bro. Like, the Warriors in the third quarter, in the postseason. Like, the third quarter Golden State Warriors, that's what they should be called. Because they are absolutely insane.
It was an absolute takeover, but thanks to a 12-point quarter by Kawhi, Toronto was headed into the fourth, down just 8, which is when things got even worse for Golden State. At the 10-minute mark, Klay Thompson launches a 3 but lands awkwardly, suffering a hamstring injury, and is forced to leave the game. The Warriors are now missing 2 of their 3 best players headed into crunch time of a crucial game 2, and they somehow find themselves up 2 with 15 seconds left. A make can seal the game, but a miss would give the Raptors a chance to go up 2-0 in the series.
They try and knock it away from Curry. Curry throws it. Livingston has it.
Oh, I thought Curry fumbled there.
Everyone on Golden State. Open shot.
This is the most
Fate of the
Max
universe
Kellerman.
on the line, or the Martians have the death beam pointed at Earth. You better hit it.
I want
Iguodala.
Iguodala. That shit was iconic, you know.
Shout out Max Kellerman. With
Yeah, no,
ice in
shout
his
out Max
veins,
Kellerman for
Iguodala
real,
drains the dagger, and the
Bro,
series is
Max
tied at 1.
Kellerman is a G.
Klay Thompson's hamstring injury in Game 2 was worse than anticipated. He'd end up missing Game 3, and with KD still on the sideline, the Warriors were screwed. Actually, that's not entirely true. They still had Steph Curry.
That's what I'm saying. Man, I feel like I missed out on prime Steph, you know. It hurts, like, not it hurts me, but like, that's why you lot will hear me with, like, that's why, like, when I say takes about Steph and Curry, you lot might look at me stupid. Because I never saw prime Steph Curry in it. So I have to go with based on what I've seen. Yeah, man, I wish I saw prime Steph Curry, man. That's what I'm saying. Oh, man. I just came too late. I wanted to see the glaze behind this guy.
Steph turned into a human torch, dropping 47 points, the 9th most in a finals game ever, with 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and 6 threes. It was an all-time performance, but it just wasn't enough. Kawhi poured in 30 as part of an all-around game and kept the Warriors at bay. Van Vliet threw in a rainbow 3 with a minute to go to put the game out of reach, and Toronto takes care of business. Down 2-1 in the series, the Warriors got some good news in Game 4. Klay was back, but none of that mattered in this game because Kawhi was on a mission to put his team up 3-1.
I'm on a mission.
The Claw lit it up with a 17-point first quarter with an array of jumpers. The dude was playing like a prime Michael Jordan, and in the third quarter, he had an encore. He started the second half by rimming in a 3, getting a steal on Draymond, and pulling up for another triple right in his mouth for another 17-point quarter that put
17
the
in the
Raptors
first,
ahead.
17 in the third.
Toronto takes a commanding 3-1 series lead behind Kawhi's 36-point, 12-rebound, and 4-steal masterpiece. He just put Golden State's dynasty on the ropes, but their secret weapon was locked and loaded.
Kevin Durant.
The Slim Reaper was back.
No, Slim Reaper's an insane
KD was
name.
making his long-awaited return to the finals.
Slim Reaper's an insane name. Like, KD had an aura for that. He has aura for that. I'm Kevin Durant. You know who I am. We all know that famous clip of KD doing that dance. Bro, that shit is iconic as well. Like, KD had aura, you know. KD has aura. Like, listen, don't let recent seasons, you know, I know this season his name was going through the mud, like, with the Twitter scandal and whatnot. But, bro, let's not forget who KD was in his league.
5, and the dude was back like he never left. He exploded for 11 points in the first quarter, splashing home 3 3-pointers, and suddenly the hopes of a 3-1 comeback and
Durant.
three-peating were alive again. And then in a split second, it was gone.
Oh, the Achilles.
That was it. Just 11 minutes into his return, Durant tore his right Achilles. Not only was the dynasty in jeopardy, but KD's future in basketball was just a massive question mark. We had no idea if we'd see the same player ever again. Without KD, Golden State kept the lead. And
no, I just want to talk about that KD Achilles injury. I know that Tatum's came back, but bro, I feel like KD is the only player that's actually came back from the Achilles injury. And there's a debate to be had that he came back better. He's the only player in NBA history, or probably sports history in general, that's had an Achilles injury, came back a better, I wouldn't say athlete, because obviously you're going to lose your athleticism, but KD's game style, like the way he plays the game, he don't really need athleticism like that. That's why he is a bit different from Tatum, because Tatum is a wing guy, like Tatum is an explosive guy, dynamic player. KD, yeah, I don't know. That's why I feel like it is a bit, it's different situations when people try to use Tatum as an example with KD, and I feel like plus also you can't generalize with people like that in general. Like people are different, innit? Like they recover differently, But yeah, I just believe KD, bro, is the only player in NBA history at least that's had an Achilles injury and came back the same, or an argument to be had, he came back better, innit?
We're up 2 with 5 minutes left in the fourth.
Because I think KD in Brooklyn, bro, that's the best. KD Brooklyn, yeah, in Milwaukee. In my opinion, KD Brooklyn, Brooklyn that's KD, Milwaukee series. In my opinion, if you ask me, that's the highest KD has peaked in his career. Kevin Durant in Brooklyn Nets series, for the Brooklyn Nets against the Milwaukee Bucks. That series is the highest I've ever seen KD perform, in my opinion, innit? That's KD's best. That's KD at his best.
Kawhi turned into the clock.
Leonard for three. Bang! Leonard drives, pulls up.
Yo, Volks, I don't know what. Can you translate that in English, please? I don't know what that was. We just put in double scoop. I don't know what that is.
Leonard went unconscious, scoring 10 straight points for the Raptors to put them up by 6. But when the clock hit the 2:40,
this is where my story begins. Overcoming every fear. But this is the moment I've been waiting for. Not here to play, but here to...
mark, it became splash time. Klay lasers a triple to cut the lead to 3 with a minute to go. Steph laces a fading 3 to tie the game, and the next possession, Klay pump fakes, takes one dribble, launches a shot, and puts them up 3. This game was madness. There's 10 seconds left and Toronto's down by 1. One shot can win them the championship. Kyle Lowry, the heart and soul of the Raptors, gets a good look in the corner, but Draymond gets a piece of it. The Warriors' big 3 comes through to keep the dynasty alive and force Game 6.
So it's 3-2 right now.
Game 6 was a breaking point for both
Don't you
teams.
know the meme on
The
TikTok?
Raptors fall back on their past
I don't know what you're talking about now. Is it to do with the Golden State Warriors? Because I've never seen
the
it.
Warriors make it back-to-back wins in the wake of losing Kevin Durant and avoid elimination.
I thought you was spamming some like cool shit, like the song. Nah, I've never heard of it. Put me on though, enlighten me. What is that
Kyle
about?
Lowry scored the first 11 points for his squad as part of a 15-point first quarter. But thanks to Klay's 18 in the first half, the Warriors headed into the break up 3. And in the third quarter, both teams started throwing haymakers. At the 8-minute mark, Kawhi makes an insanely tough and 1 to put Toronto up 6.
Klay was never the same after this.
In Game 6, Klay had an answer.
Game 6
in transition, he pulls up for a 30-foot heat check, and of course, he makes it to tie the game at 76. To which Kawhi answers with another and 1,
He
and
sings
then
in
Klay
German.
responds again
Nah, I've
with
never heard
another
of that,
3
bro.
to give himself 30 on the game.
I'm gonna check it out after the stream.
Only in the third quarter. The man was a flamethrower. But just a minute later,
third quarter, Klay Thompson. Isn't that not where he broke the record as well?
Going up for a layup, Klay gets fouled, lands awkwardly, and grabs at his left knee in agonizing pain. He gets helped off the court, and that's it for Klay. Or so we thought. Halfway to the dressing room, Klay makes a 180 and sprints back to the court.
Volks, are you an NBA fan now?
Roars to his return. Little did we know that Klay had just torn his ACL, and with absolute heart and toughness, he swishes down both his free throws and then makes his way back to the locker room.
Football. How you finding the World Cup? Are you German by any chance?
Over 2 years. Despite losing Klay,
yeah, no, but after this point, Klay Thompson was never the same again.
Into the fourth quarter, and it saw Fred Van
How do you feel about Germany's chances about winning the World Cup? I'm not gonna lie, I'm liking that Musiala, Florian Wirtz partnership.
Following it up with another right in Curry's grill to put the Raptors up 1. And at the 3-minute mark, Quinn Cook loses him on the pick and roll, and he knocks down another triple to kickstart a 7-1 Toronto run to go up 6. Van Vliet was putting the team on his back, but the dynasty didn't go away so quietly. Draymond answered with a 3, and then DeMarcus Cousins threw in a wild layup to get the Warriors
they had
within
Boogie
one
Cousins.
with 46
Nah,
seconds
Warriors were
left.
stacked.
On the next possession, Siakam drives
They're
down.
good.
Draymond reaches
Nah, they
for
are
a
good,
steal,
man. Who do you think is better,
and steps
Musiala or
right around him
West?
to float it in and go up
Because I think
3
when West
with
is in Germany,
46
I
seconds
felt like
left.
West was better.
And that was it for Golden
I don't know, but
State.
Musiala is good
No,
though.
I'm just kidding. Steph responds with 2 free throws
West,
to cut the lead
yes.
back to 1. The Raptors inbound. The ball gets thrown to Danny Green.
Hey, Vox, after
and
this
he
video,
rips it
yeah,
into the
we're
first
talking
row.
it, but yeah, I
The
have some
Warriors
things to
have a
talk about.
chance. With
West.
less than 10 seconds left, Golden State has the ball, down by just 1. Steve Kerr draws up a beautiful play to free up the man who started this dynasty, and it's up to him to keep it alive.
Oh, so it all fell down to Curry.
An NBA championship on the line. Iguodala throws it to Green, who catches it. Back to Curry, puts up a 3. The Golden State Warriors are the 2015 NBA champions. Their first title in 40 years. There it is, redemption for Golden State. One of the great playoff Golden State.
Oh, he missed.
There's a new NBA champion.
And that's when that iconic photo came up, when Curry was just sitting at the side of the court. Damn, man. Bayern fans say Musiala is better because he plays that game. Because he plays there. Yeah, it makes sense. But I think, bro, West, in my opinion, I don't know, there's something different. Like when I was watching West in Bayer Leverkusen, it was just different. Hey, Curry did come back though against my Celtics, unfortunately. But now that brings the end to the video W reaction from Post 2K. Enjoyed this one. I'm not gonna lie, this one was very educational.
Nope, I'm using Satisfy to build models and make decisions. We're done.
When I tell you that everything
Yeah.
was on the line during the 2019 NBA Finals, I mean...
Hold on. Yeah, no, guys, I actually enjoyed this one. Like, very educational, I thought, because again, I just missed out on this time period, right? So I wasn't able to see like the Warriors at their prime. But yeah, man, like those two injuries, KD, Klay Thompson, changed the course of NBA history. This finals as well, 2019. Again, I'm gonna state it again. It was like the biggest turning point in NBA history. It kickstarted a new era, in my opinion, and closed an era as well, like the dynasty. So yeah, that's all I have to say, really.